Hey C3 Corvette fans, Mike and I'm back with my 1977 Corvette. And today I just want to talk about a couple unique things with my Vette that I've personally done to help the Jacksonville summer heat. Okay, so the first thing I want to discuss is I got this ball valve at Home Depot or Lowe's, it doesn't matter, and I installed it on the top heater hose. Now what normally takes place is this vacuum operated flow valve stops the coolant from entering into the heater core when the heater's not on, but oftentimes these get wore out and they allow coolant to bypass into your heater core, which then gives you hot feet where air is just pushing down on your feet. And that's not including the exhaust underneath your feet. That brings me to the second thing. I had ceramic coated headers from Summit Racing. Now, be what they may, these may be lower quality ceramic coated. However, the headers themselves have performed extremely well for my Borla dual exhaust with mandrel bent 3-inch and X pipe. I did wrap them, which significantly reduced the temperature under hood as I'm going down the road and at idle. Highly recommend that, but the old myth of headers corroding out if you wrap them is back in the day when steel wasn't as good. Even uncoated headers nowadays, steel is much better unless you buy the cheap eBay headers, but wrap the headers and that's going to help with that. If you want to help with the floor heat, also wrap right underneath where from the collector to underneath the seat, and you're going to see that reduced. When you take conduit and you take the time to wrap and seal all your wiring, it looks extremely clean. And that's to say that you don't want to get rid of all of the wiring, of course. You want to still have the functionality of the air conditioning and other electrical uses. Now, a couple things here. Powering, and this is not everybody's, but my circuit breaker coming from the alternator, which is 140 amp, before it goes down to the starter, I have this awesome circuit breaker. Those little metal circuit breakers that look similar to this guy tripped all the time because of under hood temperatures. This guy holds its own. But if I wanted to, all you gotta do, push this in, the little red flag comes out, and you just reset that flag and all is good. From there, I'm able to power the 1988 to 1994, I believe, could be 92 Ford Taurus fan, but that is a 4000 CFM 2-speed fan, and it is controlled by a DC controller. I believe that stands for Delta Current Controller, and that is right there. Okay, very simple, controls both speeds. Most of the time the second speed doesn't come on unless it's hot and we're in traffic. From there, they include, well, it's an additional item you can buy, but you can buy a little light indicator from them, and I mounted my light right underneath this lip, so that way when the hood's down, the light I can still see through on the dash. You can see a better look at those wrapped headers here. So this is the 355 by Hot Rod Company. It is a 425 horsepower build, but that's motor. That's not to the has not transferred. Other things I did, just, mainly for aesthetics, is this silicone hose. It does look clean, it's easy to wipe down and looks nice. Lastly, about that Ford Taurus fan, I've gone through Spall, I've gone through Chinese, I've gone through so many fan recommendations that you see on the boards, and this 2-speed Ford Taurus fan was the cleanest and also most powerful fan that I could get. And with that relay speed controller combo, you don't even notice a fluctuation in your voltage as the fan kicks on. It's awesome. All right, I went for the old school across the valve cover loom. Some people route it up the back and some people go under. It's really how you want to show your car. This is more of a street car, not a show car. So there are imperfections and areas that I kind of skipped on. Let's take a break from the engine bay for a moment, but if you guys have questions, I can answer that later. Oh, by the way, remove the fiber underneath your hood if you haven't done that already. That creates a mess, and also it was mainly there to help insulate and get heat in the northern climates, but converting your bulbs to LED adds a nice clean look. I've swapped out the standard seating with the Corvette A4s, and as you can see, the headroom is not bad. And this is the shaved cushion. You're gonna have that in order to be able to fit these in. I'm about 5'11", and what I had to do is remove right over there actually, remove the liners, which was as simple as just Velcro on the top. Other things unique, I have a classic audio head unit here. It does have the Bluetooth, and I installed the USB where the cigarette lighter used to be. It's also a really nice area to set your cell phone when you're navigating. I did install IntelliTronics. They are the white digital gauges. I have a separate video on that, but I do recommend them, though if I were to do it all over again, I would get red, because even with the dimming 50% when your headlights are on, white is very bright at night. Again, installing white LEDs adds a really clean look when you open your door and people are looking at your car. For me, I took the door jambs and went black with them. The two-tone with the orange and black, I thought looked really clean, but we'll hear what you guys think. Well, that's it for now. I'd love to talk more about this project of mine. And if you guys have any questions or comments, such as why I did that, please ask below.